All right, guys, so yesterday we worked on multiplying fractions with a whole number times a fraction. Today we're going to be doing a fraction times a fraction and multiplying two mixed numbers. So when you're doing fraction times a fraction, there are three steps. Step one is multiply your numerators. Step two, multiply your denominators. And step three is if your product is an improper fraction, you need to turn it into a mixed number. Now, please remember that when you are multiplying fractions, this is the only time when your denominator is going to change. Your denominator only changes when you're multiplying fractions. So in this sample problem, we have 2/3 times 4/5. So step one, multiply those numerators. 2 times 4 equals 8. Step two, multiply your denominators. 3 times 5 is 15. Now we need to do our step three, which is if it's an improper fraction, we need to turn it into a mixed number. And remember to tell if a fraction is an improper fraction, the numerator will be bigger than the denominator. We know that 8 is smaller than 15, so we don't have to do step three because this is already a good fraction. It's not an improper fraction. Now let's talk about when you're multiplying two mixed numbers. When you're multiplying two mixed numbers, step one is to turn the mixed numbers into improper fractions. We do that by multiplying the whole number times the denominator and adding in the numerator. The product that you'll get from that is going to become your numerator and your denominator stays the same. I'll show you what I mean by that. Step two is multiply the numerators. Step three, multiply your denominators. And step four, if your product is an improper fraction, you need to turn it into a mixed number. So our example problem is 2 1/4 times 3 2/3. So I have two mixed numbers in here. So I need to create improper fractions in order for me to be able to multiply. So I take my whole number and times it by my denominator. So I have 2 times 4, which is going to equal 8. Now I add in my numerator. 8 plus 1 equals 9. 9/4 will be my first improper fraction, 9/4. My second mixed number is 3 2/3. So I take my whole number and multiply it times my denominator. So 3 times 3 is going to equal 9. Now I add in my numerator. 9 plus 2 equals 11, and your denominator stays the same, 11/3. So I have 9/4 times 11/3. Now I can move on to step two, which is multiply the numerators. 9 times 11 is 99. And step three, multiply your denominators. 4 times 3 equals 12. Now I can very easily tell that this is an improper fraction by looking at it, so I need to go on to step four. I know that this is an improper fraction because 99 is bigger than 12. So we need to turn this improper fraction into a mixed number. And we do that by doing division. We divide our numerator divided by our denominator. So I'm going to need to do 99 divided by 12. Now it's important for us to know all our multiplication facts, but especially in cases like this. If you don't know your 12 multiplication facts, it's going to be extra hard for you to divide like this. But I went ahead and I worked out my division problem. So I have 99 divided by 12. I know that is going to go in 8 times because 8 times 12 is 96. I subtract and I get 3 left over. So now the important thing is that these three numbers and where I'm going to put them. So my whole number in my answer is 8, and that is going to become the whole number in my mixed number. So I'm going to go ahead and move that 8 out to the side. My remainder, the 3, becomes my numerator. So I go ahead and put that up there. And my denominator stays the same. So now I have 8 3/12. That is the answer to this problem. All right, guys, please reach out if you have any questions or if you need any help solving these problems. Have an